All right, welcome to this training where we are going to go ahead and help you get your contact page set up so that way you can go ahead and submit this to the TCR for your registration. So this is going to be the section that we promised you that we are going to basically have 99% of the assets already built out for you inside of your ClientKit account so that way you can go ahead and actually submit this for your application. So let's first talk about, well, what is the contact page? So when you submit your business phone number in the application, the TCR committee is going to ask for a contact page as an example for you to show them how people who are giving you their phone number are going to go ahead and give you their phone number and how you're going to ask for permission to text them. And so what they are looking for is they're going to be looking for, hey, do you have your terms of service? Do you have your privacy policy, right? Do you have a checkbox in order to provide the consent for that? And so the way that it actually needs to be structured is extremely specific because what they are looking for is extremely specific. So that way you can make sure that you are communicating the rights to the person who is giving you their phone number for the purposes of business text messaging, okay? And so normally you would have to go out there and actually build that contact form yourself, and then that way you could submit it for the application, okay? Now, here's the thing. We've already gone ahead and done the hard work. That's a part of the bonus that you get for being a member and a student of this program and active, whatever you did in order to make sure that your student status was active. So you would need this before you actually submit your application. So that way, when it comes time to submit that application, you are ready to go ahead and provide that link. And that way it's going to go ahead and provide you the highest chances of getting your application approved. Now, before we actually go ahead and walk you through the step-by-step of getting that contact page already set up for you, the question you might have is, hey, am I going to have to build this myself? Now, again, this is one of the amazing things that we've done with being able to have the partnership that we have and the amazing community that we have that allows us to build these partnerships to create a system and a strategy for you is because we're going to literally go ahead and create, copy and paste those templates into your account so that way they are ready to go ahead and rock and roll for you. And again, this is our gift to you. That's why we have the over delivery promise. The amount of value that you thought you were going to get compared to the amount of value that you actually got is always going to be in far excess. Holy over delivery, Batman. This is amazing. And so this is going to be one of those moments where we are going to go ahead and prepare for that and hand you that gift so that way it is already complete for you. And so that's exactly what we're going to go ahead and walk you through inside of this section right now and walk you through how to be able to go ahead and get that set up. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, getting that contact page set up. What you are going to do is you are obviously going to go over to your business platform ClientKit. And then what you're going to do is the first thing is you're going to confirm the form that we have already built for you. So let's go ahead and check in on that right now. So we're going to go over to Sites. And then once you go over to Sites, you're going to go over to Forms. And now here's the thing, and this is the cool part about this, and this is the reason why I've said this 102 times, and I'm probably going to say it 102 times more, is that this is the reason why there's a system and a strategy. Do you remember that main website contact form that we have been using all along? Well, guess what? Because we are the people who are saying, you know what, we're building the system and the strategy based off of what we have seen work with the community. We already went ahead and designed this form so that way it is already A2P 10DLC registration compliant. Now, you didn't even know what A2P probably was when you started this Business Basics, right? Obviously now you know because we've educated you on it. Would you have known as a beginner to actually build your form so that way it was compliant to the legislation and the rules and the laws? Probably not. And so that's exactly why being a part of a community who's seeing ahead, further ahead than where you are, is so valuable. So if you actually go into the main website contact form, you're going to see that we've already gone ahead and prepared for you, and we've shown you in the previous training how to go ahead and actually link your terms and conditions into this. So that's already going to be there. All you need to do right now is just verify that this main website contact form is in fact inside of your ClientKit business platform. So that's going to be number one. And then the second thing you're going to go ahead and do is you're actually just going to go ahead and embed this into the A2P registration contact form page, which again is already built for you. So let's talk about how to actually go ahead and embed this. So what you're going to do is you're going to go over to Websites, okay? And then guess what? Just like the form, what you may not have picked up on is you're going to go over into your Health Pro website, which might be called your business name website or whatever, okay? And this is the exact same website template that we had already helped you set up, okay? Well, guess what? Maybe you saw it before, maybe you didn't, but there was actually a secret Easter egg inside there because we already, again, system and strategy, right? That whole thing. Is that we've already gone ahead and it has already been inside of your template all along. How cool is that? And so all you need to do is you just come over here and then you can click on edit in a new tab, or you can click on edit right there. So in this case, I'm gonna click edit in a new tab. And then all we're going to do is we're just gonna go in and we're going to just go ahead and connect the form over to this. Now, in this case, you'll see that it is already connected. However, what I'm going to do is I am just going to go ahead and kind of show you what it would look like if it wasn't already connected. So in that case, I'm just going to go ahead and hit the trash icon. I'm going to go ahead and click on add element. From there, I'm just going to go over here and type in form. Okay. And then I'm going to go over here and click main website contact form. All right. And then just like that, it is going to go ahead and be embedded on there. Now, what we are also going to go ahead and do is come down over here and just make sure that the terms and conditions, this right here, this hyperlink, if I go ahead and select this is actually going to be, if I show you over here, this is actually going to be a custom value. This is something that we helped you go ahead and get set up in a previous training already. Okay, so make sure that you have gone ahead and gone through that and set that up. And then same thing with your privacy policy on this page. These both are required on the page as well, but this is again a custom value, so that way you don't have to link it in here manually. This is already being taken care of via the custom value. However, it is going to be very good for you to go in and check this. Now, for brand logo over here, you can come over here, and right here you can actually just come over here and upload your actual logo. You can go ahead and do that very, very easily, right? So just like that. Now, obviously, you're probably going to want to go ahead and make sure that it is actually something that is, looking good. So you probably want something that, has a transparent background there. That's probably going to be very important, right? So obviously, this is just an example, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but that's going to be very important for you to go ahead and make sure that you have good there, okay? And then the other thing that we're going to go ahead and do over here is I am going to go ahead and walk you through how we click save. And then obviously over here, you are going to have the SEO metadata. If it's not already populated for you, you can go ahead and do that. What I am going to do is I am going to go ahead and make sure that by the time this template is uploaded and this training is live for you, that this is already pretty much going to be populated for you, but you do want to just make sure that you confirm all of that. Okay, so then you can just click on update SEO metadata. And then from there, you can go ahead and click on publish. Once you go ahead and click on publish, again, right here, save, publish, I believe it is published now. And then I can go ahead and hit that preview link right over there. And you're going to see, okay, hey, this is what it's looking like. This is what it's looking like. Oh, so in this case, you see that brand logo, it wasn't the custom value. So I actually didn't need to put this one here, but hey, it's all good. But what I want to do mainly is I want to go ahead and confirm, right? So I want to confirm, let me move this up a little bit. You can see at the bottom left there, when I put my mouse over terms and conditions, it does in fact show up with our domain name and the terms. If I go ahead and click on it, you'll see that it is actually going to go ahead and open up the terms, which is very good. Awesome. Same thing here with the privacy policy. I'm going to go ahead and click on it and just make sure that it does in fact actually show up with the privacy policy. So that way that is already gone ahead and set up. Now, the same thing does also apply to the actual terms that's linked inside of the checkbox. You do want to go ahead and make sure that when you click on that, it does open up to the terms. Now, if that does not happen, what you need to do, let me help you troubleshoot for just a second here, okay? First thing you're going to want to go ahead and do is you are going to want to just go ahead and make sure that you do have the custom values inside of the bottom terms and condition privacy policy. And then you are going to want to make sure you go over to settings. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and right click, open link in a new tab. So that way it opens up over here. I'm then going to go down over to custom values. And I need to make sure that I do in fact have this right here set up properly. Now we went ahead and walked you through this in a separate training section. So you just want to make sure that that is there properly. So that's what's going to help with the bottom links there. And then the other thing is that you want to go over to sites. Again, this is your troubleshooting here, is that you go over to main website contact form. I then go in and click on this. I then go ahead and highlight terms and conditions. I go over to the link and I want to make sure that, again, the custom value, which is like these two brackets and then you got this custom value, that has to be there, okay? If you have all of the custom values properly, then it is going to work where you do not have to really do anything because it's already automatically going to be set up, which is the beauty of the system and the strategy, okay? And so what's going to happen here is that once you just confirm that right over here, this is working, as well as the two links at the bottom are working, okay? As well as making sure that your logo is looking good. So in this case, I would have replaced it if I had time here because it's just a demo training, but I would put it with a white transparent background on here, making sure that your logo over here is looking good as well. Once you've gone ahead and confirmed that, what you are going to do is you're going to come back over here to websites, to your website over here. You're going to click on the three dots at the top, go over to settings. And what you're going to do is you're just going to make sure that this path right here is saying, maybe you don't want to say A2P because you don't want the registration committee to think that you're only using this page for A2P. So you might say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and change this to contact-form, right? Cool. I'm going to hit update page. And I'm also going to go ahead and just take a second once this updates to go ahead and confirm that the path has been updated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on preview link. And then I'm just going to confirm in the actual URL right over there, it's on our domain name. And it's just dash contact form. Now, what you're going to do is this right here, okay, this link is going to be valuable. We need to save this, or you need to remember how to get to this link again, because once we actually get into the application, this is the link that we are going to be submitting to the registration committee to show them this page, so that way they understand that we are in fact actually showing all of the rights for the person who's going to give us their phone number and their email address. Does that make sense? Very, very, very important. Now, I know that I helped you walk through kind of the mindset behind this and a lot of the troubleshooting, because quite frankly, there wasn't a lot of actual work for you to do, which is, again, the reason why we said, look, 99% of the work is already done, right? Like we already talked about the form. Guess what? That was already done. We already helped you get that set up before. You just didn't know that you were doing it for A2P. Guess what? The actual contact form, guess what? That was already set up as well. All you had to do was just make sure that it was properly embedded in there, right? So there wasn't a lot of necessarily work to do, but you did just have to go in and verify that everything was working properly. Again, this is important because the A2P regulation does require that if you are asking a prospect to give you their phone number, then you're going to have to inform them via an opt-in check-in form that does provide your terms, your privacy policy, and you go ahead and have all of that there properly. So again, everything's built for you. You just need to make sure that you are following the instructions. Do you see, ladies and gentlemen, how easy that we are making it for you, right? This is the beauty of a system and a strategy that we have compiled and outlined for you based off of what we are seeing working inside of the community. Remember, the community is where all of the latest and greatest learnings and trainings are dropped. And then every couple months, 3 to 6 months, maybe every once in a while, we come in and update these trainings just for the beginners who are coming in and, need a place to start. But then all of the latest and greatest of what is actually working right now is going to be found inside of the community. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now completed this training step in terms of getting your contact page set up. However, we are not done yet. In the next training sections, we are going to be walking you through how to actually go in and submit the registration and how to understand, hey, what's going to happen after that. Okay, so you're doing great. Your dedication is absolutely amazing. Each challenge that you're going ahead and overcoming as you're going through this process is one step closer to where it is that you're looking to go. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been this training section with setting up your contact page. We will catch you in the next training section.